What's up, guys? Today we're coming at you with a Odd Eyes Magician deck profile. So let's jump into the deck profile. Let's see what we're coming at you with. We're still running 3 Astrograph Magician. Astrograph just allows you to get that free advantage. Whenever one of your magicians are destroyed, you're able to get this card's effect to activate it in hand, special summon it, and get your search off of it and get another magician that was either banished, destroyed, whatever. Just get that effect off, start plussing from there. We're running 2 Double Iris. Double Iris, he's just all around good to getting those pentagraphs to hand, you to get your trap or your spell to hand. Get those to hand, get your pluses going from there. We're running 2 the Black Fang. Black Fang, he helps you to get, whenever you blow him up, target opponent's monster, cut that attack points in half. When he's destroyed, you can able to get the chance to special summon a dark spellcaster back from the graveyard. So that can help you in a lot of chances just to recur a lot of things from the graveyard. Running 2 Purple Poison, one of the best that you got to be able to get that spot removal. It allows you to pop, cut them attack points, or boost them attack points of a magician. Also, too, to be able to let you to pop a face-up card on the monster on the field, too. So that helps you out a lot if you're using it with your trap card. We're running 2 White Fang, the ability to be able to make it so that whenever your magicians are targeted, you just go and kill all that noise. So that's very good and helps you get into those dark plays, too. We're running 2 Harmonizing Magician. This is really one of the best magicians you got in the deck. The fact that when it special summons from the hand, you're able to search out one of your magicians out of the deck and then usually go into your overlay units, so that way you can just help get more pluses for the deck. Just keep generating more and more game advantage. We're running 3 Wisdom Eye. Wisdom Eye at 3 is just so good to be able to get this card in hand. You're gonna have some plays going for you. Blow it up, get what magician you need in your pen scale, keep going on with your plays from there. Running 2 Oath. Oath just helps you get the magicians that you need back to hand so you can keep going on with your plays. And that's the main thing. You don't want them to be stuck in the extra deck. You want to keep them in your hand. That way you can pin like 5 from hand and go on with your play from there. Running 1 Noble Dragon. Still just the fact that this card can go good with Odd Eyes and helps you get into those good synchro plays helps out a lot. Speaking of Odd Eyes, we're running 2 Odd Eyes Dragon. We knocked it down a little bit. We don't want to see Odd Eyes as much as we used to, but we still want to see that bad boy. He's also good just for being a good beat stick for the deck and help you get good advantage over your opponent. We're running 1 Performer Pile Odd Eyes Dissolver. This card is just all around good. It's a good fusion card, just to help you get into your fusion. It's a good polymerization card. And the best way to get this card out is whenever you attack with a pendulum monster, use it like a hand trap. As soon as you attack with a pendulum monster, go ahead and special summon it. If you clear the board, go and get that free attack on it, and then at the end phase, go into whatever fusion you need to. It's going to disrupt your opponent. This card is a level 8, so you got to keep that in mind, that you're only going to use that effect to special summon it that way. That's the best way to do it, because you're not going to be able to pin summon it out from the extra deck. We're running 3 Performer Pal Skullcrabat Joker. You want to see this guy now to be able to help you to get, this is your normal summon that you want to make. To be able to get to your magicians that you need, get this guy in hand as fast as possible, help you get on with your plays. And lastly, for the monsters, we're running 2 Performer Pal Pendulum Sorcerer. This guy's just all around good. You get him, help you get to your Dissolver, help you get to your Skullcrabat Joker, and this help getting on with your plays. Also, too, if you leave him in the pen scale zone and you got your Skullcrabat Joker or your Dissolver out there, they're getting that boost. So that's all around good helps for the deck. But that is it for our monsters. For our spell cards, we're running 2 Sky Iris. And the reason we're running this is because we're still running our Odd Eyes build. We love the Odd Eyes, and this is going to help protect our pen scale. So if your opponent tries to get a little too crazy with destroying stuff, you can say, nah, sir, don't try to do all that stuff. You don't want to do that. Leave that alone over there. We're running 2 Duelist Alliance. The reason why I decided to cut this down to 2 is because there's been multiple times that I open with 2 in hand, and to me, running 2 is good enough. If you see this card, you get what you need. You get your Skullcrabat Joker, you get your double iris, you get your pendulum calls, whatever you need to get, and then go on with your plays from there. Because you're only going to be able to activate it once per turn. So like I said, you won't see it, go on with your plays from there. We're running one pin call. Like I said, with Duelist Alliance pin call, I decided to cut it down because this hinders the new magicians more than it helps them, and you're not going to be able to use Wisdom Eye. So whenever you use it, you want to use it so that you know whenever your opponent has something, you can stop that effect. It's going to hurt you. Then you can do whatever you got to do, but using one of this is good. We're running 2 Star Pentagraph. This card is just amazing for the deck. This allows you to get so much advantage, free advantage, the way the deck runs. Almost all the magicians pop their sails. You got Skull Acrobat, you got Pendulum Sorcerer that can allow it to pop a pen scale, which could be a magician. That's going to allow it to trigger the effect too. So there's a lot of ways to trigger this card and get extra searches and extra pluses off the deck, and it helps to get a lot of your resources to hand. Freshly off the ban list, we're running 2 Wavering Eyes. Wavering Eyes, I can't believe they brought this card back, but it's best, in my opinion, as a 2 of. You don't want to see it too much. You don't know if you're going to be going against another Pendulum deck, so running 3 is like, too much. But running it 2 is a good balance. You can still get your searches off of it. If you do run into another Pendulum player, just make sure you have your 3rd in the side. That way you can go and slip that thing in on them. That way they don't know what's coming at them. But this card is just all around good for helping you trigger off a lot of card effects. Every one of the magicians are going to get their effects whenever you blow them up off this. So you either get your searches for your spells, get your searches special summon monsters, pop cards, and then still get the searches and resolve all the effects. So it's a very, very good card. Still running 2 Mystical Space Typhoon. This is good for the good spot removal. You got a lot of cards that can destroy stuff now. So running 2 Mystical Space Typhoon is very, very good. And that is it for our spell cards. For our trap cards, we're running 2 Time Pentagraph. Time Pentagraph is very, very good for this deck. The fact that you can use your Time Star Magician to allow you to activate his effect so that you target a magician, activate Time Star's effect so it's not destroyed, and then send 2 cards on your opponent's side of the field. You send one, you destroy one. So I like that effect a lot. That helps you get a lot of plus advantage over your opponent and really throws your opponent in an odd state. But that is it for our main deck. For our extra deck, we're running 1 Zark. The Supreme King Zark, he's good. You get him on the board, usually your plus is so hard on your opponent, you're pushing for game after that, because once he's summoned, he's going to wipe your opponent's board and you're going to be pushing for 4K. So it's a very, very good card. We're running 1 of the Supreme King Dragon Starving Venom. I like this card, just the fact that it can copy monster effects. Depending on the monster effect that you have on the field or the graveyard, this could be very detrimental to your opponent. Also on top of that, if it does any type of, it runs into a defensive monster, it's going to do trample. So that's always good. Any card that you can use that can do trample, do it. We're running 1 Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon. Odd Eyes Vortex is just all around good. When it's special summon, get that monster pop back to hand. Also on top of that, every time you got monsters in your extra deck that are Pendulum monsters, spin one of them back into the deck, get a good negate on the opponent. So that's also a good attribute that can help you a lot when you're doing your plays. We're still running 1 Ignister Providence. You know, Ignister, he's Ignister. You know, pop one of your magicians, get their effect, spin that non-targeting effect back to the opponent. You know, it helps you out a lot. We're running 1 Supreme King Dragon Clearwing. This card, the main reason why I'm running it right now is it's a board wipe, and that's the thing that I like about it. Just to be able to just clear off the field, that helps out a lot with a lot of your plays. And right now we're limited in board wipe removal, so this card, he's going to help out with that. We're running 1 Odd Eyes Meteor Burst. Meteor Burst just to be able to kill those battle monster effects. You know, a lot of times your opponent, they're going to try to activate effects in the battle phase. So you want to be able to make sure you can stop that, put an end to all that noise, go on with your plays from there. We're running 1 Odd Eyes Absolute. Absolute, the main reason, you want to be able to have him out there, get those negates, protect your cards. Also on top of that, when he's destroyed, you're going to allow you to special summon one of your Odd Eyes. So that helps you get a lot of plusing over on your opponent. It helps you get other little good plays going. We're still running Big Eye. Big Eye is just to make sure that if your opponent gets a little too crazy over there, get that monster on your side of the field, then show them, hey, why'd you go and do this to me? You didn't want to do that, but guess what? Now it's on you. We're running Supreme King, Dragon, Dark Rebellion. Dark Rebellion, this is my substitute for Utopia. Utopia the Lightning. Utopia the Lightning is very, very good, but it takes too many materials to make him, and if he stopped, he stopped. But I'd rather make this, let him get stopped, and go on with the other plays, because he's not going to be as hard to make as Utopia. But I like his effect, that he has the same effects as Utopia, and he still helps out the deck a lot. I'm running one Performing Power Trapeze Magician. I've decided to take this back in just for Trick Stars. You know, Trick Stars, they'll like to burn the fool out of you. And that's the main thing about him. If they're not going to do as much damage as him, he's going to kill all that damage to zero. So that helps you out a lot. You ain't going to be getting ate up a whole bunch like you would. So to put him out there, it's going to help you out a lot. I'm running one Time Star Magician. This is just to help to get the deck running, get an advantage over your opponent. You want to do that. Also on top of that, you can activate his effect. If one of your magicians is going to be destroyed, activate the effect, send one to the graveyard, kill all that noise, let that effect go to null. Still running one Tornado Dragon. This can help out a lot. Your opponent's going to have those extra little field spells, face-up cards. It's going to be troublesome. Have a tornado out there. It's going to activate during your opponent's turn too. That's a good thing for you. It's going to pop that out of nowhere. Also too, I like that he's a worm. I love worms. Running one Castell. Castell is just all around good. If you got that face-up card, it's troublesome. Spin it back into the deck. Go on with that 2000 hit. We're still running one Abyss Dweller just because every once in a while you do run into those monsters that just, you know, they like to activate graveyard effects. So you won't be able to discard that effect, that pitch that material. Say no, no, sir. No, no, no. And lastly, for the extra deck, we're running one Deco Talker just to be able to get a couple extra link spots opened up. You know, just to be able to make sure you can go for heavier pushes. But that is it for the deck profile, guys. Let us know what you think. We're out.